Hey there. It's time to get creative with yourself. What does that mean? Define who you are. Define who you want to be. Define the path that you're on to create the perfect you. Now, nobody's perfect. You're never going to achieve perfection. But you get to choose who you are, and that becomes clear when you're aiming for a goal or overcoming adversity. And when I go back, and this is actually a series of videos, so there's 11 of these, and they're really all about overcoming adversity and finding joy throughout adversity. And when I think about having to decide who I wanted to be, I go back to a time when I received a diagnosis. And received a diagnosis, said, hey, you've got this disease, turned out to be cancer. You've got this disease. If you follow this process, there's an 85% chance you're going to survive. And that was great. That was the first recurrence. Percentages went down after that, and I'll get to that in a moment. But 85% chance you're going to survive. And so I was fighting this. I'm going to be in the 85%. Life's going to be good. And I'll get past this 6 months. This will be over. And then I began to struggle with some of the treatments. And in a scan, they saw something that actually was nothing. But at the time, they didn't know it was nothing. And the doctor said, well, when you have a recurrence, very difficult to overcome that. And, worst thing somebody could have said to me, because I said to myself, well, I'm going to be in the 85%, but if this ever comes back, I'm not going to treat it a second time. And when it came back, I had to decide who I was at that moment. Was I going to be the guy that said, this ain't worth it? Or was I going to be the guy that said, hey, I'm going to fight this thing? And there were a few moments that I had to make that decision. I had time to make the decision, but within a few moments, I was able to come to that decision and said, no, I know what that doctor said. And for the last year and a half, I thought I would give up, but I'm not giving up. And I decided to be the guy that was going to fight it. And I fought it with everything I had, and I overcame it. And it's come back a few times, but each time I have fought. And I'm still here, and I'm still, fighting, and I'm still looking to have that perfect health regardless of what those doctors said and what those percentages were. That was a decision. I defined who I was going to be in those moments. That has carried through for a number of years now. When you're facing a challenge, who are you going to be during and after that challenge? You get to decide that now. You get to look in the mirror and say, this is who I'm going to show up as. It's not a matter of circumstance. If you choose to do nothing, yeah, it'll become a matter of circumstance, but choosing to do nothing is also a choice. Now, some people get an illness and they choose to live into the illness. I chose to live into the overcoming. That was who I am, and that's nothing against anybody else. When you are facing a challenge, or when you are facing an opportunity, who do you want to be? As you're defining the goal, also define the you that's going to achieve that goal. Define how you're going to show up, how you're going to handle things from an attitude, from dedication, from everything you've got. All the characteristics you can put into defining who you are becomes critical to your success. So, I hope this helps. Wow, I didn't mean to hit that button so quick. I hope this helps. Have a great, great, great day. Now I'll hit the button.